Have I pressed it? Oh,
Yeah,
I have pressed it. Look at that. So, good evening, Roscoe's Reef. Thank you very much for joining me again this cold January evening. Are we well?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Yes, all good, all good. So my memory doesn't serve me too well at times, and I'm just wondering, because obviously when we first started this crazy exercise, with like middle of the last summer and things like that, I knew you were a little bit of a diva back then. Do you think you've got more of a diva nowadays, or do you think it's the same level of diva? You've just got more things to play with.
I don't think the fame's changed me in any way. I'm about the same diva-ish, maybe just a bit better at it.
Right. Right. Because it's getting to the point now where you're doing loads and loads of stuff with your flashy lights, and I've seen you've got a new logo on the back end of your Instagram. I think it's about time I needed to find some more people. You're upstaging me now, boy. Upstaging me.
Yeah, we don't need anyone else.
No. So the bit of Roscoe's Reef, I noticed that you've put a little bit of a not a retraction, but a modern, like a new twist on a Facebook, Instagram, wasn't it? What was the new twist of it?
What that I did tonight?
Yeah.
It was just a rehash of a video from the other night, which I was called out on about by a number of people from pretending to drink through an empty cup.
Where did you get that idea from, Ross?
I couldn't possibly divulge.
Oh, so that's it. Being internet famous and having people call you out for silly mistakes. People think that this is how we live 24/7. That the only thing that we think about is fish tanks, YouTube, and Instagram. I'm sure you've got a life other than.
No.
Right, fair enough. But
to be fair, anything that I do, any posting I do, any little videos things is literally minutes out of my day, and it's something that just comes to my head as I'm doing it. If I can't think about it, then I don't do anything. It's simple as that.
I'm still trying to keep it fun rather than edit this and edit that, and yeah, it's a little bit of, because obviously we were just talking before, the little bit of banter that obviously we're having within our circles of the hobby as such. There's a lot of people that are in our hobby that do it very lonely. And obviously we've like sort of, well, I say banded together, but more chuck each other underneath the next number 9 bus that comes.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing that we've got going on, that's always been sort of for me the driving force behind it. Is like you say, if you don't get involved and you don't talk to people, like-minded people, then it can be a little bit lonely. Is maybe not the right word, but you don't get a lot of support from if you don't have any friends involved. So that's what it's all been about for me, really.
Yeah. But I noticed, obviously, not calling any names out or anything like that, but obviously we interact now with somebody from a rival platform that is obviously doing a reef meet and things like that, but miles and miles and miles away from us type thing. And it was something that if it wasn't so far away, then potentially that's the sort of thing that I'd have a wander out to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like it's all the way down like bloody Essex or something like that, and it's a good 3.5, 4 hour drive.
Yeah. I like the idea of staying over beforehand and having a few beers with, like, as you say, like-minded people.
Yeah.
But it is miles away. So yeah, we need some sort of a. I don't know whether they do a local thing, but imagine turning up in rival t-shirts. Get out the way.
Step aside.
Exactly. True professionals walking through the door.
Yeah, I don't think anything like that happens around here, does it? Really? I mean, I don't know.
No, neither do I. To be fair, I mean, obviously we're only just.
We've not been invited.
Well, yeah, we have never been invited, but then we've never been in this side of the hobby, if you know what I mean. It's all right going to a local fish shop, but then obviously we've got 4 or 5 different local fish shops around here. You wouldn't naturally go in and start chitter-chattering to the next person that's there, because it's a bit weird. Oh, hello, how big's your fish tank? And how big's your fish tank? And oh, what kind of fish you got in your fish tank? It's a little bit like stalkerish, bit cringe.
Yeah, a little bit.
But when you've got an idiot involved that just goes, Ross, talk to this man about so and so and so and so and so and so, and put you on the spot.
Yeah, like you did in the shop the other week.
Yeah, but that's it. You're internet famous now. You know that salt water, when you put a finger in it, it tastes salty.
Tastes salty, yeah.
Very salty. Yeah. So what are the other bits of interacting with the internet and interacting with me specifically that you've, because obviously we have the chit chatter in the background, and I know I'm very hard work, very, very hard work. But what has been the major benefit of your reefing bit to doing all of this rubbishness?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Oh, I'm looking for you to big me up.
Right, okay. I still don't understand the question.
It's legend. Right, that's it. Anybody else in the background? Right, fair enough. Probably the way that I would rephrase the question was, has it made you feel more comfortable to ask different types of questions? Because obviously there's a few people that come in on a Friday and have similar chats with people, but along different lines. And obviously I interact with quite a few different fish tanks, and people ask questions and I give them my response. And then obviously in the background of this, you've now got Daryl, Ben and Dave, that you're sounding off of those with different ideas and things like that, because there's loads of stuff that's in your fish tank now that they've helped you with rather than just me. So
I think it's always good to get more than one opinion. Like we said, even the people who work in the shop have different opinions, because you all work in the same shop. Don't mean you're all singing from the same hymn sheet, does it? But the downside of that can be, it can cause confusion as well, because there's so many different opinions of how to do things and how not to do things. You can sort of walk away none the wiser, really, and maybe a little bit more confused.
Yes, I get that. I get that. Which is why you only need to come and see me, Ross. Don't talk to anybody else. Blinkers, straight through the door. Come straight to me. That's it.
I do anyway.
Yeah, you do. To be fair, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. But the whole experience of the YouTube side of it, it's got you more involved. You're learning a little bit. Do we need to do more informative stuff, like I don't know. Obviously, you went through your red cyano treatment thing the other day. Do we need to start doing a little bit more of I did this and I did that and I did the other and be like that, or do we just keep it?
I mean, potentially. I mean, that'll be easier to answer if there was people asking questions on here and saying, "How did you do that?" and how do I achieve this and stuff like that. It'd be easier to then gauge what to record, sort of thing, wouldn't it? Yeah. I don't know really.
So what you're calling out is all the people that watch us on catch up. You need to strap a pair on, get involved on a Friday night, and ask Roscoe's Reef. Ask some questions.
Because if there's
questions, God damn it!
If there's a mistake to make, I'll have made it.
No, the thing is, you're harsh on yourself because there's a lot of things that you've done that have made a difference, but obviously, you've taken on bits of advice. Sometimes you've done your own way, but obviously that's the whole bit. As Daryl said right at the beginning, there's no one way of doing it. What you need to do is just get to a certain stage in the hobby that you're then committed for life as such, because you're invested, you've got a little bit of success, and you want to succeed going forward.
Yeah. But like we were saying in the shop earlier, the more involved you are in this kind of thing, the more kind of people you follow and such like on the socials and that, and the more different tanks you see, the more ideas you kind of get from other people. But like I say, I can be a bit hard on myself, and then I start thinking, oh, their tank's better than mine, and I wish I'd done that and stuff like that. So I don't think are we ever satisfied with what we've got?
I don't know. I'm quite happy with my package. Don't know about yours, but the overall. I mean, John's just said we learn from other people's mistakes, which we do. Which obviously then building the platform. You're
welcome.
Yeah, exactly. But the building a platform that we're just chitter-chattering. People may not pick anything out of this, but me and you sat chitter-chatting on a Friday night inspires me to look at my fish tank and go, I want to do this better and I want to do that better. And as you were saying earlier, that you always look at other people's fish tanks and think, oh, mine's not as good as that. But I have exactly the same thing, and I have done all the way through. And I think a lot of it now that I'm in the online bit and the YouTube bit and the Instagram bit is a lot of the camera, because when I've looked at my old camera to what I'm doing on this one now, it's totally different. My original, talking to myself from here and here, were very blue, but now they're not.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to do with the cameras and stuff like that. But there's loads of stuff that you do that I haven't got a clue how to do. And that's where obviously that we need to have like a bit of a group session of I know how to walk up to a tank and pretend to have a cup of tea. And I know how to wash the glass, because you're doing that really well. Have you got like a special cloth?
I have a microfiber cloth. That's mainly white cat paw prints off it, to be fair.
But the interaction of how we're doing things and why we're doing things is very good. So obviously we've just wasted 15 minutes of chitter-chattering and stuff like that. I've actually got some technical questions for you now. Your alkalinity and your calcium and your magnesium thing that you chose a different brand with that nobody had ever interacted with?
Yeah.
Are you still on them, or have you reverted to something else?
No, I'm still using it.
Right.
It does what it says on the bottle. The only issue I had kind of initially is I bought like a starter pack, which was a bottle of each, alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium. But when I cut, because it was a starter pack, it came as a pack of 3. But obviously, in the beginning, you really only use an alkalinity, aren't you? So I used that bottle, and I didn't want to buy another 3 and not use 2 of them. So I contacted them and said, "Look, we were actually launching a pro range, so I've got this pro version of the alkalinity." But it was much more concentrated, so it kind of put all the dosing out of whack, and I had to kind of like recalibrate it all and stuff. So that's really the only issue I had with them. Been in touch with them recently actually, because they're launching like a target feeding solution sort of thing. So once that's out, I might give that a try as well.
Right. There's loads of new ones that, because obviously the Brightwell ones are new onto the market. I saw that NIOS had done a new one. It seems to be the latest hip thing of like the solutions and targeting feeding, but they're all pretty much a spin-off of the Red Sea AB Plus at the minute, or like a Reflex AB Plus mix.
But I didn't quite get what they were talking about. I think they said it was, from what I could gather, it was almost like a frozen, like a block thing that you'll try, thaw out in some salt water and feed it that way.
All right.
Almost like a frozen block kind of thing, I assume.
Yeah.
But I've not properly looked at it anyway.
Right, because you've been using that now for over 6 months-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
And there's no issues that you've had. Are you going through loads and loads of it, or?
No, not really. No, because it's quite highly concentrated. Yeah, so I'm not getting through loads of it, and it's fairly cheap as well. Actually, I think it was about 20 quid for a bottle of alkalinity. Maybe not even that.
How? I know you say a bottle, but how big is the bottle? Is it?
It's 2 liters, 1.5 liters. I'm not sure. I can't remember actually.
Right,
but
right.
Each one has so the alkalinity, the calcium, and the magnesium has trace elements mixed in with it as well. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really at the stage where I'm kind of taking too much notice of them, but that might be a downside, I suppose, because if it's already in there, you're not really controlling how much you're putting in, are you?
Yeah. So that sort of leads us on to John's question of what's your opinions on water changers? I haven't done one on my 3 foot for 6 months, but I intend to on the 5 foot. Now, obviously, John's a legend in this hobby, an absolute legend, and he's asking rookie questions, John, rookie questions. So John's got lots and lots of different groups. He's feeding us beginner questions. Come on, John, try us, see what we're made of. But what's your advice to the internet? Not just John, because John's chucked us a bone there, I think. What's your advice on water changers? Do you swear by them? Do you intend to bring them out?
I don't worry myself too much if I miss one. But yeah, I do think they're important. If for nothing else, they replace some of the nutrients that your tank itself takes out, and it gets rid of some of the crap that you don't want. So the issues I've had with copper and that recently, the water changes is the biggest thing to get rid of it, isn't it? The easiest way.
Yeah.
But there are other opinions. Earlier on when we started this, we had a guy in the chat who said anyone's an idiot if they do water changes. So
yeah.
I suppose again, it's what works for you, doesn't it? If your tank's running lovely and everything's stable, then why upset it with water changes?
Yep. So that's
what I'm assuming. I don't know. What's your opinion?
So I do both on different tanks. Some tanks I do water changes on. Other tanks I just top up with trace elements and stuff like that. Because obviously the high point of water change is obviously you're getting rid of excess rubbish that you don't want in the tank, as in nitrates, phosphates, because you're diluting them. But if you haven't got a nitrate and a phosphate problem, then technically your water changes, you could slim out. But then if you do less water changes, you're not replacing the trace elements. But if you do trace elements, then you're retracing the water. And there are plenty of people that do water changes, and that's gospel every single week or every other week. And then there are people that have let systems run. I think the longest I've been on that system was about a year before doing a water change on it, but constantly topping up with trace elements, and then doing like an ICP every 3 to 6 months just to make sure it was still relatively bang on.
Yeah.
And we've got Ben chitter-chattering in the background to John now. Ooh. But yeah, there's different trains of thought on it of how to do it.
I mean, I've spoken to people who've said, or I've sort of asked that question. So right, so you do your weekly testing, phosphates are all right, nitrates are all right. What you're dosing is stable. What are you water changing for?
That's it.
And that was their answer. Well, why are you doing a water change if everything's fine?
Yeah.
But you can't test for everything unless, like you say, you do your ICP. So there's things going in there that you can't see, but doing a water change help.
Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously Ben's in the comments, commenting to like John and things like that, but he's not happy with that. He's not happy with that. Tipper tappering is here. He's going to give him full barrels.
Yeah, I am.
Camera, Ben. Camera. Sideways. Come on, Ben.
Every time. There we go.
Right. You strap yourself in. Strap yourself in, John. He's here.
Yeah. I think what you should do water changes. You don't need to do it as frequently. I think, as they say, 20% every week. I'd say you have to do it on maybe every 3 or 4 weeks. Do a water change, 20%, something like that.
Ooh.
That's
what do we think, John? Are we binning him off? Back to the chitter chatter comments. It's up to you, John. It's 25 minutes late. You tell me, John. Do we bin him off? He's dead easy to get rid of. Look, dead easy.
You're hilarious. Oh, hang on. Let me get this camera the right way around. There we go. What am I doing? There we go.
And we've lost the viewer. Now you're here. So get back in the viewer section.
Yeah, no, I think water changes are important. But I mean, reference to water changes. If you don't do water changes, you need to do ICP tests because you need to know what your elements you are short of. I know using your whatever the liquid you are dosing and whatnot do have what is all right with phos and nitrogen. Too many reefers are looking at high nutrients now. I would say that's all right. Actually, phos is all right. Nitrate maybe a little bit on the high side.
Nitrate as
50.
As 50. All right, yeah, get you. So phos at 0.5. Get what the colorations are. Yeah. Oh. See, told you, John was a noob, an absolute noob. But if it works, he's been fooled by all the wrong people. He's been mixed in the wrong circles.
I mean, as we all know, my nitrates have been always high.
Yeah. But it's at what stage of the hobby you're in, basically. That I run. There's a tank at work that the phosphates are at 1 and the nitrates are nearly probably 100, something like that. But it's just a softy tank with some quite low level lights on, and it looks all right. So that never gets water changed because why would I need to?
Is it a fish only?
No, it's the one that's in the fish system. the long one with all the soft corals in.
Right.
Yeah, that's not been water changed in ages.
But don't
And
you
the
run the
nitrate
risk though?
phosphate-
I've always been under the impression that there is a risk of having old tank syndrome if you don't replenish the water every so often.
Yeah.
That you could literally wipe out your whole system, including
So
fish and all.
That's the thing of the internet advising rather than there's a lot of forums that I've said to both of you that there are a lot of people in the hobby that get to a certain point and then they're experts, whereas the way that I try looking at it, I've only been in this hobby a really short period of time compared to a lot of the people that are out there, and there's always something to learn. There's always a different way of doing it. And if you think that you're constantly right, then you're also constantly wrong. Because if there's too many different ways of doing it, you can't always be right at something. And if it was walking into a shop, what's the best chocolate bar on the shelf? If there was only one best chocolate bar, there wouldn't be so many of them, would there?
No.
No. But I mean, as we've all learned from obviously the live and meeting each other and whatnot, is we all run our systems totally differently. Each and every one of us has a total different method, uses different chemicals, uses different lights, and has different flow, but still has a successful reef.
Yeah. Go on. What was that, Ross? Go on.
But have you got a different light, Ben?
So I'm talking about brands. I'm not talking about my light. I'm talking about, as in, some people have Ecotex. You've got Evergrow. You use AIs. They all still do the same thing. They're all growing corals.
Took him 4 minutes.
I wasn't actually thinking about my light at all, to be fair. I was just saying that when you came over to my house, Lee, you looked at my sump and I run my sump back to front.
Yeah.
But it still works. So
yeah,
I think it's a fine balance, isn't it, with what's your goal out of your tank? If you're running a fish only system, as long as you're keeping the core levels down, you don't really care about alkalinity too much. You're not gonna care about other elements like all the micro elements and whatnot in there. You're just gonna care about your nitrates, your ammonia, your nitrite, and your phos levels for your fish.
Yeah.
It all depends how much you want to fiddle in this hobby. And I know I'm a fiddler, that I'm never happy. I've always, which is going to be a restraint on this one, that I'm literally trying to put things in and just leaving it. And I still want to pick stuff up and move it about. And like Ross was talking earlier about wanting to maybe change a little bit of his aquascape. So now he's here and he's not going to talk about his light. You can ask him the question of what you asked me. Can you remember the question?
Yeah, I can. we were talking aquascapes and that, and of all the tanks you see on the social media and things like that, and we're saying quite often the main displays are actually artificial, like ceramic or whatever like that. And we'd commented on yours, how you've built yours. I wondered if it's obviously kind of like tube type stuff. Is it actually rock or is it artificial?
No, it's full all live rock. So Lee will back me up on this. I picked up all my rock from a certain individual who used to come to the shop, who's, I think, taking a break again. I bought a load of his rock. I cleaned the rock, as in I decontaminate all the rock in bleach for weeks, and then let it dry out, washed it, whatever. Anyway, long story short, got a hammer, smashed all the rock up. I literally smashed it, and I still in my shed have loads of pieces. And then all I did was I just started to have an idea of what I wanted, which was an open scape that things could swim through it. Because once it's my hope in my tank is obviously to have lots of corals on the tubes, so then the fish can just swim freely through it all. So smashed the rocks up and then glued it together, and literally used super glue. The safe type of glue. I can't remember. It's the I can't remember the type of super glue you have to use, without any additives or whatnot. And used sand. So all I would do is literally join the pieces together, use a bit of super glue, and then throw sand on it, and then put more super glue on top, and like build a bridge with super glue and sand.
Yeah.
And at first, when you put it all in, because this section here, all of this it's all one piece. It's all one piece, and it was a nightmare to get in because I already had obviously water and my system running. So, it looks weird when you put it in because the sand obviously is really shiny, but over the however long this has been in now, the algae grows over it. All the critters and whatnot live on it, so now you can't even see where it's bonded together anymore.
So, like what we spoke about, Lee, is when you've put rock in, you've always put loads of holes in it with your drill. Have you done similar with that then for the plugs?
Mine, no.
Yeah.
No, because what I do is, I get why Lee does that, because for the frag plugs, simple, a really good idea. For me, my thought was either I glue the frag plugs to the side of the rock, and hoping that the whatever coral it would be, being SPS, because I mainly want an acro system, would be that they would grow over, so you wouldn't really see it. You won't see the plug anymore, and it's grown over the rock. Or I just cut the ends off the frag plug, the actual nipple part, cut it clean off, and then just glue it on, and then it just disappears because the coral naturally will grow over it and just encrust it.
Well, that's sort of what I was thinking, because I've not put holes all over my rock either, and I don't really want to start taking it out and putting it in and all that. So I just thought something like a Dremel or something would just take that nipple off.
Bone cutters.
Yeah.
Bone cutters do the trick. I bought a basic like coral cutting kit, and it comes with bone cutters and sorry. The bone cutters will take it straight off, to be fair. But a Dremel will also do. Yeah. Or if you're gonna do stuff like that, why don't you just go buy like a little saw, coral saw, whatever they call it. I don't even know what it is, but I've seen a lot of coral fraggers using that saw, that they just cut pieces of frags off or frag plugs. It was quite good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, we'll have to see. We've got Chitty Winkies just having a minute. So there you go. Ben's answered your question of how we did it. So good old-fashioned hammer. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Are you intrigued and going to have a try?
I don't know. Maybe I need a practice tank.
Ooh, we're talking 2 tanks now.
I don't think I'll get away with that, but
right. Could do practice tank. I could lend you a practice tank. I don't know whether Ben's back or not. Just give me a nod if you're back, Ben. He's back, Ben. Look at that.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
No,
talking about Instagram.
Talking about Instagram. Here we go. Instagram. All right, let's chitter chatter about Instagram for 10 seconds. Come on then, Benji's Reef. So Benji's Reef is obviously on Instagram. If you didn't know that, the world, because Benji's Reef. Let's back up a leg. Let's get proper figures.
There's a follow count.
Like Benji's Reef is 83 followers with 6 posts. Do we think that they're manufactured? Do we think he's got bots in China? Hey, 83 followers from 6 posts. It's an impossibility.
Professional
You need to
job.
know what you're doing, Lee.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Have you
You
heard
can't
of
keep
it?
up. You can't keep your mouth shut. You.
Have you heard of it in the background?
Yeah,
So the whole point of
she's busy
whole
doing
point
my
of this-
Instagram posts now for me whilst we're talking.
the whole point was this to help each other. So since he's not playing fair, that's it. He's gone. He's gone. That's it. He's gone.
Oh, ooh.
What? So I
Right.
would take it there, Ross, that where what I would say I'm 50 next year, and we've got somebody that didn't even have a key for a car and didn't know how to use it, didn't know how to use a car with an actual key, now schooling me on the internet.
I've got to admit, though, seems to be that the younger generation know how to use social media a lot better than we
Yeah,
do.
I'm not disputing. So
Yeah, but I don't use social media.
The whole point of getting some young, fresh meat on board, you were meant to be the young, fresh meat, Ben. You haven't got a clue, and you've passed it off.
No. I've passed it on to the partner. Get her doing the jobs.
No, just wait a minute. John's going to get barred from the comments because he's just put 84 now. I've just followed him. So everybody,
Cheers, pal. Appreciate it.
so everybody,
Followers 20% off my OnlyFans.
based off your OnlyFans, yeah. So obviously we're having a little bit of a thing, but Ben's just started an Instagram after everybody, and he's got 84 followers already. Now I've actually done a little bit of digging in the background because Ben's got a personal profile. I thought he'd just gone on his personal profile and gone, "Hey, everybody, follow me." But he's got less people on his personal profile than he has his Benji's Reef profile.
That tells you how much I use Instagram.
Exactly. There's some sort of trick in the background that I think we need to put a time limit on this, that if he doesn't tell us all his secrets, he's getting binned.
Well, wait till the creme de la creme Instagram posts come out when I start getting my chest out like frosted. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll see the follow count absolutely skyrocket then from that point onwards.
Yeah. I reckon he's got a. But technically, they were in the shop the other day, and Beth did say, "Oh well, it's dead easy to buy followers." So there you go.
I can tell you, I can promise you
That's
this:
it.
I'm not
That's
buying followers.
Rich man's just put 1,200 quid above his fish tank in a light, and he spent $2.5 grand on Instagram followers.
Hey, don't bring up the light. Come on, we're not talking about that today.
Sorry. Oh, right. So we'll get off of the Instagram because we're doing it really, really poorly. I do agree with that. But that little bit of banter, I mean, we were talking earlier when you were watching, Ben. Have you found it better being part of like the little clique that we've got, the little group that we've got?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, if it isn't for other people's experiences, you never learn. If it isn't for other people's, sometimes problems, again, you don't learn. It's by all of the issues that we've all had, and we all then communicate, off this live stream on our WhatsApp group and whatnot. We learn things, and we make changes to our system to prevent that from happening. So yeah, I have learned, and I've been in this group, still every week, every day, someone puts something on there, and we move on from that and learn. So yes, 100%.
I know, that's it. So Ross, we got cats playing havoc in the background.
No, doors opening and closing.
Oh, bless. I mean, how dare people go into your living room while you're on? How dare they?
It's embarrassing, isn't
You made Beth Ross. You made Beth melt, by the way, when your cat went into the live stream.
it?
Beth's an absolute cat nut.
Yes, I do hope Beth's watching on her own device, and she's not just listening in the background.
No, I think she's busy doing. She's busy
doing
downloading
Instagram.
more pictures for my Instagram.
Oh, right.
Because she's using a fancy camera to make fancy pictures.
Ooh, like it. So Ross, obviously, when you do your Instagram posts, you've got access to put them on the Half Cut Corals Facebook page, haven't you?
I do.
Yeah, exactly. That's because we're like helping each other and hand in hand. Ben's not got that privilege yet.
What's that? Sorry.
It's like, oh, what's that? Oh, what's that?
I'm busy with the kids.
Yeah. So we've chatted too much about Instagram now because we're meant to be just chattering about YouTube and fish tanks, and we need to make this last. Well, I need to make this last 20 minutes memorable because I think John might have gone on to his better platform. I'm not sure whether he's still there. Hi, John, if you're still there. If you put up with us. No Keith this week. I might as well call him out if he's not here. He may be here. He may be sat in the background. You never know. Let's have a look, see what other questions we've got. What was the question from Ben? Oh, Ben, would you like to answer your own question?
Yeah, that's literally what I said and came on the live for.
Ah, right. Well, I weren't listening to you yet. What else did we say? Yep, that's it. No more questions. Oh, let's have a. Oh, I don't know what's happening here. Right. Go on. Anybody? Question? Thought process? Bail me out.
I'll tell you what's been going on in my tank for the week if you want.
Go on then.
So I got a sea hair, which is starting to come out more.
See, now this is obviously feedback from my wife. Munchy, 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 munchy. She was like, oh my God.
It's a very catchy song, isn't it?
Munching, you've seen it, haven't you? Munching, 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 munching.
It's going through my mind now that you've brought it up. Anyway, got this. It hasn't found the rockwork as of yet. It's found every other area other than the rockscape. So I'm hoping at some point it will find that. Alkalinity, I've had a big swing on alk, which has frustrated me, and it's after I'd done a water change. So it's obviously the salt I'm using is very high in alk. So with my dosing method, I've had to reduce my dosing for the last 3 days to bring my alkalinity level back down, but which has obviously then affected my pH levels. So that's that, but I'm getting back on top of that now. And I'm getting, there's one for the group. I'm getting a bit of solids in the water column. Do you know when you see like little particles floating in the water column every so often in the water? It's starting to annoy me. I don't know why, although all my filtration's working fine, my skimmer's working fine, and it feels like it's because I'm not using any filter socks, to pick up the finer stuff.
But I had the same thing when I switched from using filter floss to the roller mat. I mentioned it in the group. I said in the group chat, didn't I, that there seems to be, like I say, particles in the water column.
I'm getting the same.
Not really solved it, to be fair. But I think the filter floss got rid of them a lot better than the roller mat is doing, really.
Yeah, reference to the really fine particles. Yeah, it's obviously. I think. Yeah, well, I use a filter floss as well. Filter roll. Sorry. And yeah, I don't know why it suddenly changed in my system. Like over the last couple. couple of weeks, it's just suddenly become apparent that it's like little particles, which makes me think, would that affect a phosphate check? Would that give a false, a bit of a false reading on a phos level? Because it could be particles in the water. Now, I don't know the chemistry behind how it reads phosphate, but would a solid not give a false reading?
But the amount of times that you test it, if it's a constant reading, like week after week after week, it would be like a near on impossibility to have an actual solid in it every single time.
Yeah, that is true. So either way, I want to get clearer water, because when I remember when I put the TMC UV light in, that cleared up the water a lot. Yeah. And now these particles, it's just starting to do my nut in a little bit. Like you say about always want to do something with your system. I think this is like one of those things where it doesn't really matter that it's there. The particles, you can see them. It's obviously not affecting the system in any way. It's more for personal preference. Whereas now that we've had this conversation, I'm thinking, do I just leave it or do I change it? What could be the negatives to try and changing it?
Yeah, it's just one of them.
Well, if you didn't change anything in the first place for it to start happening, maybe just leave it and see if it goes away again.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Look the other way, Ben. Look the other way.
Pardon?
Don't look at your fish tank, and then it won't annoy you.
No, but hang on. I don't have a fish tank for not to look at it. I don't spend however much this hobby costs every month for not having a look at this tank. Jeez. So.
Well, you better sort it out then. You better sort it out.
Hang on. 2 secs. I've got a cat looking at my dinner. He's hanging up the cottage pie that's sitting on the side of the kitchen. 2 seconds. Let me get off the table.
Oh, well, that's it. You're meant to be having. Have we changed the time that we do this live stream? That's it. It's like I thought it was 7 o'clock.
Nope, 12 more minutes.
12 more minutes. But yeah, so you tease on the side.
Say that again.
You tease on the side, waiting for you to eat it.
No, I finished my tea, but the leftover of tea is on the side side, still in the oven tray.
Right, get you.
And like knowing how cats are, they're very opportunistic animals. Will gladly run and grab and try and eat it.
So anything this week happened spectacular? I forgot to ask Ross. The Darrell's jingle reefing week, whatever it's called.
Mm. Well, what's gone wrong in my tank this week?
Well, not what got wrong in it, but
nothing particularly gone wrong actually. I forgot to turn my ACO back on at the weekend for a night, so I thought I'd just turn it back on and it sorted itself out. Still just getting over the cyano, really, just leaving things alone a little bit. Had a bit of a clean today. I used a razor blade on the glass for the first time, and that worked quite well.
Yep. You're not reusing that, are you? You're not reusing it.
I left it in for next time.
Okay, fair enough. I do sometimes have to check with you. So a brand new one every single time. New one.
Yeah, you get at least 2 goes on it.
You get at least 2 goes on it. Start getting into what is it? You get 100 for £6, something like that.
I was getting from work.
Oh well, all right, fair enough. But if you get into good practices, because if you use it once and throw it away, and you use that as the best practice, as soon as you use it and then think, oh, that's good for one more go, you will get into the mindset of, oh, it's good for one more go. Then you'll go, oh, it was only 3 days ago. Then you'll start using it, and your system will all go tits up, and then you can revert back to this video and go, Lee was right. Use it, throw it away.
Okay.
Or it'll all die because you'll just get into the, oh, I won't do it this day. Like auto top-offs. Oh, I'll top my RO up manually, but then we don't. You won't even listen to me. You won't even listen to me in 6 months' time when you're, what would it be? It'd be zinc and tin and all sorts of different things crusting away. And more to the point, depending on where you put that the razor blade that you've used, or Stanley knife blade, you will then go back to where it was and it won't be there. And you'll just assume that, oh, it's nowhere. But what it's actually done is it's found its way in your water and it's rusting away. If you always throw it away, you would always know where it was, in the bin.
That'll never happen to me.
So we had a customer that had a problem with his fish tank. I want to say 6 months ago, 8 months ago, something like that. So we went and had a look, sieved through his sand bed, and found a rusty spoon. So obviously putting something and leaning it on the top of your fish tank and then going, oh, where's the spoon gone for that? It's in your fish tank. But yeah, it's amazing what happened. It's amazing what happened. But as far as I'm concerned, nothing's happened this week. Today, I've actually taken a little bit of advice, and I'm not going to tell anybody who the advice came from, but I'm going to try and put something different food-wise in my fish tank for my copper band. Because somebody was showing off the other week that he's still got a copper band alive.
Well, if you need any help with
so,
that,
yeah,
Lee, you can come speak to me if you want, mate. Or actually, you message me in the WhatsApp group. It's all right. I'll give you some tips and help and hints. You know, because mine's eating frozen mysis now really well. Glutton for it.
Yeah. So I brought some.
I've even got an angelfish feeder. If you want to borrow that sort of greenish thing, that's an angelfish feeder.
Right.
Do you need to borrow that? Magnetic.
No.
In a minute, though.
Apart from a little bit of inside knowledge. Oh,
the inside knowledge comes with a feeder for rent.
Feeder, does it? Yeah. My lights just heat psyched out. It's obviously getting warm in here.
Turned off.
Sorry, boys. Just got to for yourselves a second. 26 and a bit. I don't know why that's just gone off.
One of your lights just turned off.
Yeah, well, the fan never worked on it. So I lowered the profile, so obviously the light doesn't physically get too hot to have to then time itself to kick the fan in. Because it's one of the old Hydra 26s that were all the fans started packing up on them, didn't they? So I don't know. It's not done it for ages and ages and ages. But anyway,
have you not bothered replacing the fan?
It's not the fan. It's the PCB board where. Yeah, it's the PCB board where it goes off to the fan. All the actual connections inside where it would send the power to it, it's all crudded. Is that a technical word? Crudded?
Corroded.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And AI starting to create the old PCB boards again. I don't know whether that's a rumor or not. I thought I saw that they're looking at making more parts again for the 26s and whatnot.
Yeah,
and the 52s.
I've asked about them, and I'll have some if I can have, because I've got too many lights to not have them, but we're not. So we have had a message from Keith So Keith is here, but obviously he wasn't here at the beginning, so very late. How very dare you? How very dare you? But thank you very much again, Keith, for just putting up with us a little bit. But we're going in a minute. We're going in a minute. Oh, right. Ross, you know your little logo thing on the back end of your new super fan thing? Was that easy to create?
I got someone else to do it.
It seems to be the going theme here.
I've got Ben's missus to do it for me.
I'll bet you did it.
Looks like he's got me to bath his kids as well.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, she's brilliant.
bless her. That was a call out for one of her own, I think. Ooh,
Yeah.
No.
no. See? Heartwarming. Heartwarming. Right, anything else? Keith says that he's sorry he couldn't turn up because he was driving and he can't watch while he was driving. Now, I'm not going to say untoward, but just pull over, Keith. Stop the traffic. You don't have to be driving. Stop it all. We could make the news. Why?
Don't listen to Lee.
Why is the M1 backed up? Because Keith's in lane 3 watching half-cut corals on the internet. Needs to be a thing. Needs to be a thing. Oh, we've waffled on about absolutely nothing again. Oh, Ben, forgot to tell you. I've told Ross, but I forgot to tell you. And I forgot to tell the internet. I'm going to Vegas.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's brilliant. Good. Going on holiday.
No, Ben, I'm just going for a day trip.
You're going to Vegas on holidays, Ross. We're getting a break. Brilliant. We're going to have some rest.
I don't think we will.
No.
We're not going to be doing live streams from Vegas. You're going to be doing a live stream from Vegas.
I'm an internet sensation.
Oh,
It was my American followers that have asked me to go and do. They want me. Like, they want to touch and feel me like you boys have. Well, not touch and feel me like you boys
Oh
have.
my Jesus!
But yeah, I mean, what was his name? I can't remember his name. I can't remember of a generic American name that I could make up. Of he invited me over, but anyway.
When you going?
When am I going? That'd be telling Ben. I'm going to tell the world when I'm not in my house for a week.
Please tell everyone.
You live anywhere.
We know where you live anyway.
I do.
Yeah. But yeah, well, what I'll do is I'll put it on Google. Just Lee's not in this property for a week, but we have got people staying around with big Rottweilers, looking after my fish. So it's not neglect.
I've only got 3 cats.
Yeah.
What are you on about?
And yeah, live stream from Vegas. They're 8 hours different, so they're 8 hours behind us. Let's just check that. Let's give some information to the internet. Oops, let's have a look. So it'd be 11 o'clock in the morning in Vegas for you to be at 7 o'clock at night.
Brilliant.
No, it doesn't. Because by 11 o'clock in Vegas,
You'll still be in bed.
I'll be well cut.
I'm busy. Yep.
Right, boys, you've done your allotted time. Everybody's switching over to a proper live stream nowadays. We will eventually get to see them. Ben was the best last time of doing the sign off. So shall we put him full screen again? Yeah. All right. Let's put him full screen again. See you later, Ben. See you later, Ben. See you later, Ben. Ben, see you later.